Well, welcome to the water cooler, everybody. I'm David Brody. It's Friday, October 30th, 2020, and I don't know about you, I'm loaded up with Excedrin, Advil, Tums, because the election is now just 5 days away. The president is in the all-important state of Michigan today. If he can pull out a win there again in 2020, he most likely will be on his way to a second term. And one of the key states in this election might actually be Minnesota. Beautiful this time of year, by the way. Both Biden and Trump are there today. 10 key electoral votes up for grabs. Trump may need Minnesota if he fails in the Rust Belt. And voter enthusiasm. Look at this van. I mean, boy, this is an uplifting message. This guy's going around the country with the old Settle for Biden van. Oy gewollt. As for Trump, this sign at a polling place sums it all up. Trump, the American dream. Biden, socialist tyranny. We're going to discuss all of this on the big show today. But first, our newsmaker, someone who's been on the campaign trail with President Trump. He's very close to the president. I want to bring in David Bossie, Donald Trump's former deputy campaign manager. Hey, David, thanks for being here. I appreciate it.
No, my pleasure. Good to be with you.
Well, tell me the state of the race. Tell us about what you've experienced, where you've been, and what your sense of all of this is at this point.
Well, I've been blessed to have been crisscrossing the country with the president over the last couple of weeks. It has been an incredible journey, just like it was in 2016. This president is going to win on Election Day next week on Tuesday. He is going to get to 270 electoral college votes. We are looking at the battleground states only. To be honest with you, and it's a little unconventional, but we don't really look at Illinois and New York and California as far as the popular vote is concerned. The Democrats are running up the score so that they can use that old tired excuse once again.
So, David, let's talk about battleground states. Look, we don't have to geek out too much on the path to 270, but what's the kind of and it's not even a simple path, but maybe it is a simple path. What needs to happen on election night from a battleground state standpoint? I mean, you got to have Florida, North Carolina. I mean, you got to have Arizona, right? You got to have those three. I think those are important ones.
The president is going to win Florida, Georgia, North Carolina decisively. You know, I saw that Vice President Biden was spending time in Georgia and Florida recently, and it has been a waste of his time, truly a waste of his time. So we appreciate him doing that. I want to send him a thank you note, actually, because he can't win there. This president is going to win re-election through the spine of his re-election effort, which is Florida, Georgia, North Carolina. He is going to win Arizona again. I believe we win Nevada. I believe we have a great chance there to put that in the win column. We just barely lost it in 2016. This president, what he's doing, with the seniors coming to him at the end here and with the Hispanic vote is tremendous, and we're going to see that play out. Then you get to Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota, as you were just talking about. If we have done everything that I believe we're going to do, we just really need to win one of those. And right. I think we're on track to win multiple of those. And we're incredibly optimistic. The president has a vision of hope and opportunity for America, for freedom and prosperity, and that America's best days are yet to come. Joe Biden, the dark winter, close the economy, be scared, no Christmas. It's a terrible thing that America's best days are behind it. That is not what America and the American people want. That's not what they want to hear. So I think that President Trump's going to win re-election. We're excited. And this president has 11 rallies, not including today, just on Sunday and Monday. Just on Sunday and Monday, he has 11 rallies across the country, crisscrossing, because the American people don't just give the presidency to anybody. You have to go and earn it. And that's what this president is doing. And that's what I think Joe Biden sees it slipping between his fingers because he's getting out there. the more he gets out there, the more opportunity he has to make mistakes. And I think that's what he's going to do.
David, let me ask you about some of this mail-in balloting stuff. I mean, the Supreme Court basically allowing North Carolina and Pennsylvania as well at this point to go ahead and accept ballots after Election Day. They would have to be postmarked by Election Day. Postmarked, but accept them after Election Day. Well, the Republicans had argued against that and got the ruling came against them. What's your take on some of those rulings?
Well, as long as they're postmarked, look, I don't like that. I think they should be in by election night. That's a fact. But thankfully, they're postmarked by that date. So they can't go, the Democrats can't go and find votes post-election. That's the worry. And so we're going to take it very seriously. Our plan is to win, so we won't have to worry about that.
Yeah. Let me ask you, you mentioned Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania. You got to win one of them. So just so I understand, I mean, this is my understanding. You win Florida, you win North Carolina, you win Arizona, Georgia, and Texas, obviously. You're going to win all of that. And so if you do all of that and win the states that you won in 2016, then if you can just win one of those three in the Rust Belt, I know you think you can win all three, but if you win one of the three, especially Pennsylvania or Michigan, then you've got a second term.
Oh, well, of course. And we did win three of those four. We didn't win Minnesota. We only lost by 27,000 votes in 2016. We won three of those four in 2016. We are well on a way to winning them again. And I think we do win them. So we think that we could be right in the area of the Electoral College that we won last time.
You know, the president out tweeting today, and I've got them right in front of me. He's tweeting in all caps, as you might imagine. He does that a lot. Supreme Court, for example, is what he says. And then he says Second Amendment. And it really does kind of sum up exactly what he's been campaigning this whole time on, David.
As I was saying a moment ago, David, you're exactly right. This president understands who he is. He is very comfortable in his own skin. He understands what sent him to Washington to begin with. The consummate outsider, somebody who was not of Washington, who was sent here to make change, somebody who believes in the sanctity of the Constitution, and he has and will continue to appoint judges that will uphold the Constitution and not make laws from the bench. He wants to uphold your Second Amendment rights, which Joe Biden, wants to kill. It is issue after issue, whether it's higher taxes or lower taxes, more job-killing regulation or less regulation, open borders and healthcare for illegal immigrants or for border security, whether it's for anarchy in the streets and supporting Antifa versus law and order and supporting the women and men in blue who serve us in every community across this country. It's what Ronald Reagan called bold colors, not pale pastels. It's an election about big, important issues. It's the most consequential election of our lifetime, David. It's the future of America at stake, and that's why President Trump's going to win.
David, I've got to ask you about what are the polls missing here exactly? I mean, we see forget the national polls for a second. I mean, the national polls are kind of ridiculous. But the state polls even show Biden up a little bit too. Are the polls? It doesn't seem to me the polls they don't measure voter turnout. I'm wondering about your voter turnout models of what you guys are seeing there at the campaign or inside.
Yeah, the secret weapon is the data. The secret weapon is voter identification. The secret weapon is spending the last 4 years building on the incredible machine that the RNC and the Trump campaign built in 2016, cultivated once again in 2018, and for the last 2 years has registered voters and identified those people who support President Trump, and we're going to be turning them out in record numbers, and that's really going to be the difference maker here. I really feel our ability to turn out every single Trump voter is just the Biden campaign only about a month ago realized that they better get a ground game, and it's a little late here in the ninth inning to try to start that.
Yeah, that enthusiasm gap. Biden is showing up at rallies with some people honking their horn and a couple of cows in a field. Hey, David, I am curious though about on election night, what you're going to be looking for. You're a straight shooter, and I know you're also very optimistic of the president's chances. What's a good night early on? What are some signs that you're looking for? And conversely, what are some concerns of yours if things are going south? Like, for example, I'm looking at Miami-Dade County. I'm looking at Macomb County out in Michigan. Where are you going to be focusing a little bit?
I could not agree with you more. Look at Miami-Dade like a laser beam. Stay focused on Florida and North Carolina and Georgia. Those will be called fairly early. And I think that if you see the Hispanic and African-American vote in those states is going to be a tale for the rest of the evening. So the president is going to exceed expectations in both of those. And I think that that's going to help drive his victory in the other states. So I think you look at those three, and then as we move west, well, obviously Pennsylvania is a big deal. We'll see. It didn't come in until 2 a.m. in 2016. We'll see what happens this year. It depends on the margin of victory and how many votes are outstanding, really. But Michigan, Wisconsin. Once we get out west, it should be pretty clear who's going to win. You got Nevada and Arizona out there. Really is the only two hanging out. But looking at some of these counties, looking at what trends are transpiring that we're able to identify on election night, it's going to tell the tale, and I think it's going to tell a great story of President Trump's reelection.
David Bossie, always a pleasure to see you. I say get some sleep, but you're not going to sleep. I know you won't.
Not at all.
Thanks, David. Appreciate it.
Hey, the president doesn't sleep. I don't sleep.
No, that's true. That's a good point. So whatever the president does, you got to make sure you kind of match that enthusiasm. All right, back in a moment with the wonderful Diamond and Silk.
America's favorite easy-on, easy-off energy compression socks just got better. Introducing CopperFit Energy Plus, the world's first graduated compression socks with a rich blend of ingredients found in the top moisturizing lotions and creams. These microencapsulated ingredients are infused into the compression fabric and are gradually released and absorbed by your movement. Motion-activated technology designed to hydrate and soften for all-day comfort. The more you move, the more CopperFit Energy Socks delivers.
I'm not thinking about that I have compression socks on. That simple fact that they feel better with them on than with them off makes me love these socks.
Our most advanced copper-infused compression fabric made in FDA-approved manufacturing facilities, woven into our easy-on, easy-off graduated compression sock to help reduce swelling and discomfort from prolonged sitting or standing.
I feel that soothingness in my calves and in my ankles, but they can make my feet feel good after 300 miles on the road, and they got to be good for anybody else.
Enhanced compression around the arch and ankles for extra support and relief of muscle aches and pains. And a soft, shock-absorbing footbed for all-day comfort.
All that arch pain that I typically have is just relieved.
They are super comfortable.
They do the job. They're easy and they're effective. That's the whole point of wearing them.
Commercials always promise, promise, promise. This was something easy to try. Just put on a sock, see if it works. I have to say that I'm a fan.
The first ever easy-on, easy-off compression socks with hydrating ingredients, worn by thousands of essential workers across the U.S. Order your Energy Plus compression socks online now at GetEnergyPlus.com for only $19.99 or call 1-800-515-8892. Order right now and get a second pair free.
I get compression, I get comfort, all in one sock.
Motorcycle guys appreciate the better technology. This is better technology.
Feel the power of CopperFit.
If you're over 50, imagine you could turn back the clock on your stiff, achy joints 10, even 20 years. Imagine you could do this without products that just temporarily hide the symptoms and may have side effects. Imagine no more. Get your complimentary sample of Instaflex Advanced just by texting JOINT to 231231. Instaflex Advanced is different because it targets the root cause of joint soreness and stiffness. It doesn't just cover up symptoms. Instead, it bathes your joints in its unique combination of 5 key natural ingredients found in no other product. Key ingredients backed by 5 clinical studies. Instaflex Advanced is so powerful, you could have better knees in just 1 week. Maybe that's why it's #1 at GNC. But you can only get your complimentary sample by texting JOINT to 231231. Plus, text now and we'll include a tube of Instaflex pain cream with its exclusive oxygenated oil for fast-acting relief from the pain of arthritis, backaches, and sore muscles, absolutely free. Text JOINT to 231231.
Welcome back to the water cooler, everybody. So there's an election coming up. You probably heard. Yeah, so there's a guy named Donald Trump, and he's running against, wait, let me think. Oh, yeah, Joe Biden. I wasn't sure if it was Kamala Harris. No, I think it's Joe Biden. Anyhow, let's try to figure all that out with our next guest. Diamond and Silk are with us. Diamond and Silk, always great to see you. Thanks for coming back on the show.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having us.
All right, so what do you think? Where are we? I mean, some great economic numbers recently. It sounds like a pretty good closing argument for this president. What's your take?
Yeah, I think it is a good argument for this president. Let me tell you something. He's been an amazing president. Promises made, promises kept. We're just coming off of a Woman for Trump tour right here in North Carolina. And what we see is enthusiasm. And the enthusiasm, that kind of stuff turned into votes. People that stand out in the cold or in the hot sun to wait on a rally or to wait to get in for an event. Those are the people that's going to stand in line at the voting polls. So we're looking for President Trump to do very well. We're looking for him to remain the 45th president of these United States.
That's right.
Yeah, I know you've got North Carolina. Obviously, you're down there. What is your sense? You really think he can? He's got to have North Carolina. He's got to have it.
I absolutely do. Listen, I don't focus on the poll. I focus on the goal. We're going to win. And here's the thing. If we wasn't winning, why are they trying to push all of this stuff that doesn't seem right or have us questioning or questioning the integrity of our voting system?
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? So it doesn't make any sense. Listen, the same thing happened back in 2016. They said Hillary was up in the polls. Hillary was going to win it, but the enthusiasm is what we saw on the ground.
That's
and we
right.
can only go on what we see. And what we see is enthusiasm for President Donald J. Trump, and we're looking for him to win it.
And keep in mind that we're doing the grassroots work, doing a Women for Trump tour from city to city, from state to state in this country and through this country. We have the opportunity to talk to people, to real people. And it's like Democrats are switching to Trump. They love what he wants to do for this country. They love his prosperity message. They love his optimism. They don't want any dark days. They don't want the country closed down. They love exactly what President Trump has to offer, and that's why they will be voting for Donald J. Trump.
Ladies, you got the ditch and switch movement down. I mean, that's your movement. And, you talk about this in your latest book about African-American voters switching over to Trump to ditch the Democrat Party. What do you think is going to happen in 2020? Because he got, 8% of the African-American vote. What do you expect in this time around?
Listen, I think that he's going to do very well with the African-American vote, with the Black vote, with the Hispanic vote. Let me tell you something. Black people are waking up. If you noticed that just the other day, it was Lil Wayne. He also endorsed President Trump, his platinum plan. Listen, people are waking up. They want peace. They want prosperity. They want to also be able to feed their families and send their child to college or whatever. So when you look at all of this here, I think Black people are waking up. I think that people are going to be probably very surprised at the numbers that's going to turn out for President Trump when it comes to the Black vote. Listen, back in 2015, we asked him to get off that Democrat plantation. We told him you can think for yourself, you have your own mind, and you don't need anyone spoon feeding you a narrative. And what you see today is them getting off, walking off what we call the Democrat plantation and leaving that liberal ideology behind.
That's right.
Let me ask you a little bit about Joe Biden and what happens. Listen, ladies, I know you're optimistic. You think Trump's going to win. But if you wake up November 4th and Biden has won the presidency or is the new president-elect, if you will, and I'm not suggesting it's going to happen on November 4th, but if it does eventually happen, what's going to be going through your mind? I know you don't want to think about that possibility, but if it happened, what would you be thinking?
Well, we're not going to have a country. Our liberties, our freedoms, our constitutional rights are going to be gone.
That's right.
He's already telling you what he want to do. I'm going to mandate masks. You're going to see some dark days ahead. When people tell you or show you who they are, believe them. He's been in government for 47 years. He's done nothing. He's very forgetful. He don't know if he's running for president or the Senate. He don't know who he's running against. It could be George Bush or George Washington is what he's thinking, I guess, in his mind. Something is seriously wrong with this man. So anybody that vote for a Jim Crow Joe, I have to question your integrity.
That's right.
Listen, if my black life matter to you, black people only make up about 13% of America.
Yeah.
I think all white people should vote for President Donald J. Trump if we really matter, because Jim Crow Joe Biden has never done anything for black people,
That's
but
right.
decimated black families, sent black fathers to jail where they couldn't raise their child, reached across the aisle to a segregationist because he didn't want his children going to school in a jungle, was hand in hand with a former KKK member.
Yes.
That's what he's done. That's
right.
the stuff that he's done. And when we talk about systemic racism, he is the one that put a lot of those systems into place.
That's
so
right.
I question anybody that will vote for a Jim Crow Joe Biden.
Ladies, I've got to ask you, you're very close to this president. You've gotten to know him. You know him well. You prayed for him. You prayed with him. What do you make of the spiritual impact here? I mean, there are a lot of people praying, not just for a second term for the president, but for this country. So I guess I just wonder what you make of the whole spiritual impact of what we're about to see transpire next week on Election Day.
Listen, I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. When you look at the left and they're trying to take God out of the Pledge of Allegiance, they trying to turn our country into a secular country. We need God more than ever.
Yeah.
Listen, let me tell you something, David. I was not born a slave. Silk was not born a slave.
No, we wasn't.
We didn't come over here on no boat and we didn't cross no border. We were born on this soil. The only thing I know is freedom. When I look at the left and what they're trying to push socialism and communism down our throat, we don't want to see that. When people from Venezuela and Cuba come to our country, they come because they have a place to run to. If we, as patriotic Americans, allow the left to create anarchy and this civil unrest and want to defund our police, where are we going to run?
That's right.
All we know is freedom. We have no place to run because we are the greatest country on earth.
And one thing we know about this president, he was created for such a time as this.
Yes. So I'm telling everybody, you all better vote right so you won't get left. Vote for President Donald J. Trump.
That's right.
So, ladies, we have about 30 seconds left or so. Speaking about voting, what do you think? What's the prediction? A close election? Do you think this is going to go all the way to the Supreme Court? Do you think it's going to be a Trump landslide? What are you thinking?
You know what? I'm looking for a Trump landslide. That's what I'm looking for. I want people to go to the polls to vote. Treat your vote as if it was $1 million lottery ticket. You wouldn't mail in a $1 million lottery ticket. You would take it in. Treat your vote as if it was $1 million. Go to the poll and vote.
And make
vote
sure
for President Donald J. Trump.
And make sure you vote red.
R-E-D.
Remove every Democrat and vote red all the way down the ticket.
It's imperative that we take back the House, keep the Senate, and the White House.
That's right.
You ladies are an American classic. I really hope you'll come back out come on the show again. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
All right. Boy, they do everything in tandem. I love that. I mean, that's professional stuff. I mean, it's like authentically professional. All right. When we come back, we're going to talk to Carrie Severino with the Judicial Crisis Network about the packing of the Supreme Court. It may be coming, folks. Back in a moment.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and as you know, my passion is to help each and every one of you get the best sleep of your life. That's why I created my new Giza Dreams bed sheets. I guarantee you they'll be the most comfortable sheets you'll ever own.
With the Giza Dream Sheets, I'm getting the best sleep of my life.
They are so soft and smooth. I never slept so good.
I fall asleep faster because I'm actually comfortable.
I started by using the world's best cotton called Giza. It's only grown in a region between the Sahara Desert, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Nile River. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable, which is why I can give you my full 10-year warranty. But I didn't stop there. My Giza sheets also include full 21-inch wide pillowcases that will fit over any pillow and deep pocket sheets that will fit over any mattress. I guarantee you the first night you sleep on my sheets, you'll never want to sleep on anything else.
Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now. MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets are available in a variety of colors and will be the softest, most comfortable sheets you will ever own. Use the promo code and get 2 for 1 low price, plus free shipping. Giza Dreams are made with the finest, most sought-after cotton in the world. Giza cotton was once reserved for only the finest dress shirts, but is now available in Mike's Giza Dream Sheets. They feature a beautiful silky sateen weave that helps keep you cool and comfortable all night long.
With the Giza Dream Sheets, I'm getting the best rest of my life.
I love my Giza Dream Sheets.
Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now to get your very own MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets. Use the promo code and Mike will give you a very special 2-for-1 low price and free shipping. That's right, get 2 for 1 low price and free shipping. Call or go online now.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
So Frank, you're the big hurt. Why do you need Nugenics? After 40, a guy loses free testosterone. Even me. I couldn't stay in shape like I used to.
Frank. So does Nugenics really work?
Oh yeah, my workouts are incredible now. I'm feeling stronger, more energetic, with a lot more drive.
Frank. So say I knew someone who should try Nugenics. How does he do that?
It's easy. Just send a text to get a complimentary bottle.
Frank's right. Now you can claim a complimentary bottle of award-winning Nugenics by texting BUFF to 42424. Its unique formula is powered by Testofen, a patented key ingredient clinically researched to help a man feel stronger, leaner, more energetic, and more passionate. Text BUFF to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenics Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of new Nugenics Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. That's BUFF to 42424.
Welcome back to the water cooler, everybody. All right, I've got 3 words for you. President Joe Biden. That sends shivers down the spine of nearly every Republican, unless you're a never Trump Republican, and especially when it comes to the Supreme Court and the future of what we're calling court packing. It sounds like a kind of a neat little thing. Oh, court pack. No, it's not, actually. Let's bring in Carrie Severino with Judicial Crisis Network. Carrie, thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, I don't even know where to begin. Why don't we just go back? We've heard so much about court packing. Why don't you, for folks that need a 101 explanation of what we're talking about here, let's do a reset and explain for folks, if they're just kind of coming into all of this, as to what this is and how important it could be in the future.
Yeah, and that's a good idea because there's a lot of people that are trying to redefine these terms. You know, we had like the living Constitution and let's redefine the words of the Constitution. The same crowd is trying to redefine the term court packing. They're saying that anytime you're trying to fill the court with judges, that's court packing. So Donald Trump has been packing the court with great conservative constitutionalist justices. Well, that's like a colloquial way that we might use that term, but that's not what we're talking about when we talk about court packing. Court packing is the idea of adding seats to the Supreme Court so that your party has a majority on the court. And that's something that has been tried historically. Franklin Delano Roosevelt most famously attempted this because he was so frustrated that the court was refusing to uphold his unconstitutional New Deal legislation. So he said, oh my gosh, I can't wait for these guys to die or retire. I just need to get a court in that's going to approve my stuff. So he said, let's add a bunch of seats to the court. And even this very popular president with strong Democratic support in the Senate, they said, no, this would be horrible for the country. This would be politicizing the court. And that's something that Ruth Bader Ginsburg herself agreed. She said it was tried then, that it wasn't a good idea with Roosevelt. It's not a good idea now. 9 is a good number. Even Bernie Sanders has said this would be a bad idea because what it would trigger is this one-way ratchet. You know, Democrats are saying, well, let's add 4 seats so we have a political majority on the court, treating it like it's, you know, another house of the legislature or something. Mm-hmm. And then the Republicans, when they got power, would probably just do the same thing. And then, as Sanders said, you're going to have 87 seats in the court. We're going to build a whole new annex to the building to hold all the new justices. That would be horrible. And it would be it's an explicitly partisan approach to the branch that is supposed to be nonpartisan.
Well, and Carrie, here's the truth of the matter. President Joe Biden, listen to me. Now I'm getting sucked in. Hold on for a second. What am I talking about? But Joe Biden won't answer the court packing question. But you know what? When he doesn't answer it, it's an answer. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that he's going to pack the courts if he gets elected.
Yeah, I mean, his whole MO has been to try to say, I'm this moderate option. I'm a great middle of the roader. But what we've seen, practically speaking, and this issue is a great example, he himself has said court packing is a boneheaded idea. That is Biden's own term for it. And yet now, and during this campaign even, he said he was like one of the only Democrat potential nominees who said, I don't think it's a good idea. Now that he's getting these pushes from the left, and it seems like the people who are really in the driver's seat in this campaign are the most radical, loud, angry leftist voices, and the moderation is thrown out the window. And now he's like, well, yeah, I would consider court packing. And now he's trying to cover up by saying, I'll have a commission that's going to look at it. Look, guys, if he was against court packing, he wouldn't be running for it so hard, because Americans don't want that on the court. Yeah. He is too scared to scare off the vociferous left by saying, I wouldn't do that. And that's exactly the same thing I would expect if he's in office. He's not going to have the spine to stand up to these radical voices who are saying, no holds barred, nothing is off the table. We need to take control of all three branches of government. I think that would, again, be making the court into a bigger political football even than it already is.
Well, and who knows if he'll even be, I say in office. I mean, in other words, if he does become President Joe Biden, that could be for a quick minute until the 25th Amendment and Kamala Harris come on. I mean, it is the Harris-Biden administration, after all. Don't take my word for it. Take Kamala Harris's word for it, as she said it the other day. Hey, let me ask you about the Supreme Court as it relates to the founding of this country, because there isn't anything in the founding documents that say the court has to be a certain way with 9 or 6. I guess originally it was 6 Supreme Court justices, right? I mean, what's the thinking behind that?
Well, look, it's not in the Constitution. So this is one of the, people have talked about other modifications to the court, like term limits. All of those require constitutional amendments. So court packing wouldn't. It's a statute that says we've had as few as 5 and as many as 10 justices on the court. So you could, add seats to the court if you had both houses of Congress and the president agreeing. That's why this is a scenario that happens if the Democrats win all 3 of those areas. The challenge with court packing isn't that it's unconstitutional. They could do it. It's that it would be so damaging to do it, particularly in an explicitly partisan way. This isn't saying, oh, gosh, these justices, there's just too much work because for them, they need help. It's not like the lower courts where more judges means less work. They're all sitting on all the cases, right? They're not even trying to make neutral arguments. They're simply saying, we want more Democrat appointees to the court. What happened is, for decades, there was liberal control of the Supreme Court. And now they finally were at a moment where they don't think they actually have the upper hand, that they think that there's judges who aren't going to just enact liberal policy from the bench, but are really going to look at what the law is. It's not enough for them to say, well, okay, let's change the law so it's the way they like it. They would rather take the easy route and just say, no, we'll get enough votes in the court and they can write the law for us. That's really frightening. That's not how the Constitution envisioned it, having judges doing the legislating job.
Carrie, before we finish up here, I've got to ask you about the federal appeals court level in all of this. What really doesn't get, it's really underreported, this legacy, and it's a legacy by this president of what's happened at the federal appeals court level. I know Mitch McConnell likes to talk a lot about it, and the Federalists and folks like yourself. But I mean, I don't think people really understand the impact of what has happened at the federal appeals court level when it comes to this president. What's happened here?
Yeah, it's so true. This is a huge impact. We talk about the Supreme Court so much, but remember, they take fewer than 1% of the cases that are appealed to them. 99+% are decided finally at the appellate court level. And Trump has made historic numbers of appellate court nominations, over 50 judges on the appeals court. And these aren't just what they have an R after their name kind of judges. These are judges who have shown courage in standing up for originalism and textualism. They are really some of the best and the brightest young constitutional scholars, well-known advocates before the court, all sorts of amazing things happening. We have several circuits that now have flipped from Democrat appointees being the majority to Republican appointees, but that doesn't even tell the whole story. There are places where you have, again, as I said, where people had an R behind their name that were judges, but they didn't have the constitutionalist principles, who then are now being replaced by very courageous young judges. And you have places like the Ninth Circuit, which is known for being totally radical. The most likely to go overturned by the Supreme Court now is almost at parity, 13 to 16. It's an incredible achievement.
Yeah, Carrie, that is a whole nother story that's very interesting, worth unpacking, so to speak. Carrie Severino, thanks so much for being here. I appreciate it.
Thanks.
All right, coming up, college students and colleges preparing for mental instability about Trump. Back in a moment.
Stay tuned to get a free pan from Granite Stone. Stuck on eggs, burnt on batter. You can scrub and scrape, but you can't escape the nightmare of your sticky pans. Introducing the Granite Stone Pan, the all-new durable non-stick pan. No butter or oil needed. Watch, we melted down these sticky candies in Granite Stone, and it just doesn't stick. We cooked a half a dozen eggs, bacon, cheese, and tomato breakfast with no butter or oil, and it just doesn't stick. Look, caramels, chocolate, and cheese. Unreal for any other pan, but not for Granite Stone. It just doesn't stick. Granite Stone will be the last pan you'll ever need because it's pressed from a solid aluminum disc for even heat conduction, then coated 3 times with our durable Granite Stone finish. Granite Stone is metal utensil safe and won't scratch. And talk about non-stick. This salmon cooked skin side down with no added butter or oil just doesn't stick. This steak is perfectly seared, just like the pros. And because Granite Stone is oven rated to 500 degrees, we bake this upside down pan pizza to perfection, and it just doesn't stick. Fire Flambe Delicious Cherries Jubilee. Plus, it's PFOA free and 100% dishwasher safe. Call or go online to get your Granite Stone pan for the special TV discount price of just $19.99. Granite Stone is so durable it comes with a 10-year warranty. And with every order, you're going to get a Granite Stone single-serve egg pan absolutely free. It's the perfect size for personalized eggs, omelets, or frittatas that slide right out. It makes the best bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich quick. Yours absolutely free. We'll even ship your entire order free. That's right, free shipping. You get it all, an incredible value. Here's how to order.
To order, call 1-800-850-0237. That's 1-800-850-0237 or order online at buygranitestone.com. That's 1-800-850-0237. Call now.
Hello, I'm William Shatner, and you may not know this about me, but years ago, I was diagnosed with a sleep disorder. And like millions of others, I was prescribed sleep equipment. Did you know sleep equipment manufacturers recommend daily cleaning? That's why I use SoClean 2. It's the perfect complement to my daily routine, and it's hassle-free. SoClean 2 is fast and easy. It keeps my sleep equipment fresh every day without the need for disassembly. To keep the immune system strong, we should do everything we can to ensure a good night's sleep, including using the SoClean 2 daily to keep sleep equipment fresh. Try SoClean 2 risk-free for 30 nights. Order now and get $50 off. SoClean 2 is so fast and gives you peace of mind that your sleep equipment is fresh each time you use it. Call the number on your screen or go to SoClean2.com to take advantage of this risk-free trial and get $50 off. Call now.
Welcome back to the water cooler, everybody. All right, look, if Donald Trump wins the presidency yet again, there's going to be, I don't know why I'm laughing. There's going to be a major meltdown in this country. I'm just saying. Folks are going to just go a bit berserk. The liberals and Democrats are going to, we won't be able to contact them for any interviews. They'll literally be on the floor and we'll need smelling salts to revive them. I'm telling you it's going to happen. Trust me. We've got smelling salts here at the water cooler. I believe that's in the budget, if I'm not mistaken. And then at actual universities, check this out. We've got some headlines that we've seen around the country. Look at the College Fix talking about this. Universities prepare students to cope with 2020 election results, and it just keeps going on and on. As a matter of fact, I want to talk more about this with Thane Rosenbaum. He's a distinguished university professor at Touro College. Professor Rosenbaum, thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
Anytime, David.
What do you make of what's happening at some of these universities? We're seeing Harvard, Michigan, there's others. I mean, it's out of control.
But it's predictable, David. It's all part of the what we call the intersectional woke protocols of the university life, right? Where an extreme focus is on providing safe spaces, which is the term of art, to vulnerable minority students and students of color and LGBT sexual orientation. So we've seen this in many ways. It's sort of the coddling of American students on campuses, which unfortunately doesn't really prepare them for real life.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at some of this just in front of me. I mean, they actually have, there's a whole pamphlet. There's a book about it here at the University of Michigan, talking about a booklet called Preparing to Teach About the 2020 Election and After. What do college students take away from this? I mean, you talked about the downside of this, but when they see something like that, I mean, I would think, especially as a conservative college student, there are some out there actually, that's got to be tough to handle.
Hey, David, you just hit on the great irony of our little talk, which is the greatest percentage of minority students in college campuses are conservative students. They make up the smallest number, at least in terms of their self-identification. But because they're primarily white and are seen as part of the white privileged ruling class, they're not perceived in any way. For instance, they couldn't come to the dean of students and say, I'm worried about a Biden presidency. It makes me feel endangered or traumatized. Or a Jewish student, for instance, couldn't go to a dean, or a Christian evangelical couldn't say, I'm a little concerned that the Biden administration won't be nearly as sympathetic to Israel as was Donald Trump. So I feel endangered, or I feel traumatized, or I feel targeted. The student would be laughed off campus. So the focus, again, is only on students of color, sexual orientation. And we see this, it's in the teaching of courses. Faculty members, David, are often afraid to teach their classes, because if they hit upon a word or an issue or a book that is upsetting or hurtful, what's called a trigger warning or a microaggression, and that all of a sudden the student feels targeted or endangered. I know it sounds ridiculous, but welcome to collegiate life, David.
Well, and speaking about collegiate life, where does that leave conservative students at this point? In other words, you write an essay, whether it be about abortion or some hot button topic, criminal justice reform, whatever it happens to be, and you could potentially be graded in a way that might not necessarily be the way it should have been graded in the first place. I mean, you don't know exactly. I'm sure students go through this all the time.
You're asking rhetorically, and I'm going to answer it definitely. Yes, you should not write a paper like that. I'm saying, if you're listening to David's show, don't do that. If you're worried about your GPA, don't do that. Write about something else. Your conservative principles are simply not welcome, and that's for someone like me, who believes in liberal arts education. What does it mean to be on a university campus? The exchange of ideas, robust debate, the marketplace of ideas, that's gone. There are certainly words, ideas that are forbidden. And yes, there are topics to write in favor of Israel is not a smart strategic move in any class on campus. And so what you're seeing here is the second presidency of Donald Trump will endanger or traumatize or put targets on the bodies of students of color, LGBT, sexual orientation, people who are in minority status. Now remember, David, nobody, certainly I thought we should always be more sensitive to minorities, right?
Right,
we should,
of course.
This goes way beyond sensitivity, David. What we're seeing, what I said earlier, these intersectional woke protocols, this is extreme. This is very different. It goes to the idea that you said, I can't write a paper about something. I couldn't tell at lunch a number of other students that my parents are voting for Donald Trump, or that I'm voting for Donald Trump. Nobody would admit to that. So yes, there is a suppression of intellectual life if you're a conservative student who has, any conservative leanings, and, God forbid you're a supporter of Donald Trump.
No, it's absolutely ridiculous. So is there any hope here? I mean, has this train left the station? Not just students, but I mean, you as a professor, I mean, how do you say it? Fight the system, or fight the mentality, fight the ideology? What do you do?
Well, it's a really good point, David, but we're reaching the tipping point, because what we used to believe, people like me used to believe, well, this was confined to university life. Don't worry. Unless you're on a campus for 4 years, or unless you're an academic, you won't see it. The day they graduate, they go into the real world. They got to earn a living. They got to pay rent. And all of a sudden, they're judged according to more rigorous criteria. And no one outside is going to protect them in the same way from words or books or ideas that they find unpleasant or displeasing. I was wrong, David. It has left the barn. It is outside. We saw that with the New York Times this year, with the Tom Cotton op-ed. They apologized for, they withdrew their support for, they resigned because of it, for the same reason. Here's the words that the Times staff used. The op-ed endangered the lives of the writers and editors at the New York Times. And I would say, how in what moral universe or political universe was anyone endangered by an op-ed that, by the way, introduced the idea of invoking the Insurrection Act, which was used to integrate the Deep South. So it was used to help African Americans in the 1950s and 1960s. But now,
Dr. Rosenbaum, we lost you there at the end, but definitely got the point, and appreciate you and hope you will come back on. All right, when we come back, Donald Trump, he's called Orange Man bad. We have a different take. Orange Shark bad. Back in a moment.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and as you know, my passion is to help each and every one of you get the best sleep of your life. That's why I created my new Giza Dreams bed sheets. I guarantee you they'll be the most comfortable sheets you'll ever own.
With the Giza Dream Sheets, I'm getting the best sleep of my life.
They are so soft and smooth. I never slept so good.
I fall asleep faster because I'm actually comfortable.
I started by using the world's best cotton called Giza. It's only grown in a region between the Sahara Desert, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Nile River. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable, which is why I can give you my full 10-year warranty. But I didn't stop there. My Giza sheets also include full 21-inch wide pillowcases that will fit over any pillow and deep pocket sheets that will fit over any mattress. I guarantee you the first night you sleep on my sheets, you'll never want to sleep on anything else.
Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now. MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets are available in a variety of colors and will be the softest, most comfortable sheets you will ever own. Use the promo code and get 2 for 1 low price, plus free shipping. Giza Dreams are made with the finest, most sought-after cotton in the world. Giza cotton was once reserved for only the finest dress shirts, but is now available in Mike's Giza Dream Sheets. They feature a beautiful silky sateen weave that helps keep you cool and comfortable all night long.
With the Giza Dream Sheets, I'm getting the best rest of my life.
I love my Giza Dream Sheets.
Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now to get your very own MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets. Use the promo code and Mike will give you a very special 2 for 1 low price and free shipping. That's right, get 2 for 1 low price and free shipping. Call or go online now.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
If you're over 50, imagine you could turn back the clock on your stiff, achy joints 10, even 20 years. Imagine you could do this without products that just temporarily hide the symptoms and may have side effects. Imagine no more. Get your complimentary sample of Instaflex Advanced just by texting JOINT to 231231. Instaflex Advanced is different because it targets the root cause of joint soreness and stiffness. It doesn't just cover up symptoms. Instead, it bathes your joints in its unique combination of 5 key natural ingredients found in no other product. Key ingredients backed by 5 clinical studies. Instaflex Advanced is so powerful, you could have better knees in just 1 week. Maybe that's why it's #1 at GNC. But you can only get your complimentary sample by texting JOINT to 231231. Plus, text now and we'll include a tube of Instaflex pain cream with its exclusive oxygenated oil for fast-acting relief from the pain of arthritis, backaches, and sore muscles, absolutely free. Text JOINT to 231231.
Welcome back to the water cooler, everybody. Time now for the last sip, a Friday last sip, so we might be a bit out of control because it is Friday. And, you know, we've had a lot of pent up, not frustration. We love the show, but, you know, there's a lot of intensity in the air, especially in this election. Hey, by the way, have you heard that Donald Trump is the devil? I don't know if you've heard that. It's true. I'm not necessarily saying that, but if you listen to liberals and Democrats, they can't stand him. The media liberals and Democrats. They can't stand him either. So the list goes on and on. He's responsible for global warming. He wants to kick, immigrants out of the country, even though this just in, he's married to an immigrant. Anyhow, see, that's the pent-up frustration in me. So it's like Orange Man bad for sure. But we decided, you know what? Here at the water cooler, he's not Orange Man bad, apparently. We have a different word and a name and a term for him. As a matter of fact, let's roll some of that video so we can show you. We've decided, there he is. He's Orange Shark bad because he's a shark. Trump, there he is. Trump is the shark, and with the Make America Great Again hat in the water. The orange shark in the water trying to destroy basically everybody that comes at him. So he's like the Jaws. He's like the orange Jaws, if you will, against the media, against Democrats, against liberals, against Pelosi, against Adam Schiff. I can go on and on. The bottom line is Donald Trump, and there he is. That's basically him in 4 years, just becoming the shark every single day. And here's the thing, and that's why the reason we're putting up the shark video. And by the way, that hair, I love how the hair is like floating next to him. But anyhow, I'm sorry, I'm digressing as I look at the shark. I love that still picture of the shark, by the way. Can we just hold that shot? Parker, that's beautiful. Let's just keep that. That's just because here's what I want to say about that ugly, that's an ugly shark. I mean, not that Donald Trump is ugly, though some people would think he is. But look, the bottom line is, you got to understand, Americans like that, I think. Maybe not that picture necessarily, but they like the orange shark. That's what they like in mainstream America. And when I say mainstream America, I'm not talking about California or New York, but they like Trump because he's not a politician and he turns over a few tables and he tells it like it is. And yeah, he's rough around the edges. This just in, he's from New York, but he's a billionaire, a successful one who speaks like a cab driver. And they like how he cuts through all the, can I say this word? I'm going to say the word. Do we have a 7-second delay? That's all right. Crap. That's not that bad of a word. But he cuts through the crap. That's what he does. And that's why Democrats can't stand him, and he is orange shark bad. That's our new little friend for the show. Back in a moment.
Do you have any idea how your mattress affects your body and how well you sleep? Is it too hard or too soft, causing you to wake up with sore shoulders, back, or hips? Are you uncomfortable because you're too hot or too cold? Now you can get the total body support you need and the better sleep you want with the new MyPillow mattress topper.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell. When I invented my new MyPillow mattress topper, I made it to have everything you'd ever want in a topper. My mattress topper helps give you the support you need, helps relieve your pressure points, and regulates your body temperature for you as an individual. It comes with a 10-year warranty. You can wash and dry the cover. It's made in the USA, and I back it with my 60-day money-back guarantee.
Go to MyPillow.com or call now to get your very own MyPillow mattress topper. Use the promo code and Mike will give you 30% off and 2 standard MyPillows absolutely free. Order now.
MyPillow topper delivers on its promise to give me a better night's sleep.
I can sleep all night through, and it's a miracle for me.
Mike's exclusive 3-layer design starts with a layer of MyPillow foam, providing you superior support and comfort. The second layer of transitional foam evenly distributes body weight and helps relieve uncomfortable pressure points for optimal comfort. Mike's ultra soft outer layer is a patented temperature regulating cover that helps keep you at your ideal sleeping temperature all night long. Unlike other sleep systems costing thousands, the MyPillow mattress topper takes comfort to a whole new level without any wires, remotes, or moving parts. Call now or go to MyPillow.com to order your MyPillow topper. Use the promo code to save 30%. When you do, Mike will give you 2 of his standard MyPillows absolutely free. That's right, 2 standard MyPillows free and 30% off your MyPillow topper today. Order now.
I personally guarantee it's going to change your bed into the most comfortable bed you'll ever own.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
This is the kind of card that has America talking. With it, people with Medicare are getting all-in-one coverage for their doctor visits, hospital care, prescription drugs, and more. This kind of insurance, called Medicare Part C, may also cover dental care, eyeglasses, hearing aids, fitness programs, vitamins, even healthy meals and rides to the doctor. With this kind of coverage, you do not need a Medicare supplement insurance plan. You will access your benefits through your Medicare Part C plan, for one low and oftentimes $0 monthly plan premium. You deserve to get the most from your Medicare benefits. Call now for free information that may help you get more coverage for less money. There is no obligation to enroll, whether for yourself or someone you love. Call the number on the screen now. Call now.
Welcome back to the water cooler as we end the show. Mitch McConnell said today that there is a 50-50 chance that Democrats take control of the Senate. Thanks, Mitch McConnell. So in other words, you have no idea. And let's be honest, neither do any of us at this point. Who is going to take control of the Senate come January of 2021? Oh, it's nice to say 2021, by the way, and not always have to say 2020. This year is driving me berserk. Let's bring in Nick Ballasy, our Just the News senior reporter. Nick, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me back, David.
So, Nick, tell us about your travel plans in terms of, well, not your personal travel plans. If you'd like to disclose those are fine. We'll just put up the Orbitz receipts. But tell us a little bit about the Senate races and what's going on, where you're heading.
Yeah, so there are plenty of tight races going on. There's about 12 races to watch. Some of them include Colorado, Michigan, South Carolina, North Carolina. And as you alluded to in the opening of the segment here, Cook Political Report and other polling organizations, they're predicting that the Democrats are in a really great position to be able to take back the Senate. They need to pick up 3 seats if Biden wins the White House. They need to pick up 4 seats if Biden loses to Trump to gain the majority. The GOP's held the majority since 2014 in the midterm elections there. Is it a chance for Democrats to take it? It looks like it's a good possibility. But again, a lot of this depends on turnout on Election Day. And it's just an unprecedented time with an election being held during a pandemic. McConnell, he might be on point there about 50-50. The fundraising has been through the roof for Democrats in the home stretch here of the election. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, we got 30 seconds or so. Where are some of the... You think Lindsey Graham could get through here? He's in that tight race. Joni Ernst is in trouble. Martha McSally. I can go down the list. I mean, Tom Tillis, Cory Gardner. My goodness. You got 30 seconds, though, Nick. What do you think?
Yeah, a lot of GOP incumbents look like they're in trouble. The ones you just named. Lindsey Graham, he might be able to pull it off. It looks like Cory Gardner, though, he's got a lot of ground to make up heading into Election Day. The former governor Hickenlooper, he's way up in the polls, and the Kelly race, the Kelly and McSally, that's a toss-up, David.
Yeah, Nick, I appreciate it. We're going to be checking in with you next week. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. All right, that does it for our show this week. Next week, we got a lot of guests coming. Newt Gingrich on the show on Monday. We got Mick Mulvaney. We got Alan Dershowitz. Still trying to get my mother. That may happen sometime in a few years. Have a good weekend.
America's favorite easy on, easy off energy compression socks just got better. Introducing Copperfit Energy Plus, the world's first graduated compression socks with a rich blend of ingredients found in the top moisturizing lotions and creams. These microencapsulated ingredients are infused into the compression fabric and are gradually released and absorbed by your movement. Motion-activated technology designed to hydrate and soften for all-day comfort. The more you move, the more Copperfit Energy Socks delivers.
I'm not thinking about that I have compression socks on. That simple fact that they feel better with them on than with them off makes me love these socks.
Our most advanced copper-infused compression fabric made in FDA-approved manufacturing facilities, woven into our Easy On, Easy Off graduated compression sock to help reduce swelling and discomfort from prolonged sitting or standing.
I feel that soothingness in my calves and in my ankles, but they can make my feet feel good after 300 miles on the road, and they got to be good for anybody else.
Enhanced compression around the arch and ankles for extra support and relief of muscle aches and pains. And a soft, shock-absorbing footbed for all-day comfort.
All that arch pain that I typically have is just relieved.
They are super comfortable.
They do the job. They're easy and they're effective. That's the whole point of wearing them.
Commercials always promise, promise, promise. This was something easy to try. Just put on a sock.